Hello, hello, hello again, and welcome to your daily serving of my voice. You are listening to Inappropriate Podcast with me, your host, Brooke, aka White Trash Barbie on Instagram and TikTok. Today is August 12th, 2024, and we are roughly, I don't know, 85-ish days away from this election, and people are losing their fucking minds. People are losing their goddamn minds over this shit. So, I was gonna do today's episode about I was gonna do a dumbass highlight of the week and list all of JD Vance's wonderful comments and that have resurfaced in the last 2.5 weeks. But honestly, researching all of that it just researching all of that right now at it is 7:03 on Monday morning. Researching all of that right now about JD Vance sounded about as fun to me right now as eating a shit sandwich. So I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So we're gonna just flip the switch, and in honor of school starting back, it's August 12th. Public schools have already started back, and colleges are about to start back. So, in honor of college being about to start back up, I decided to since I'm basically a professional college goer, I went to college for probably too long, but it is what it is. I learned a lot. Okay. I did a lot of things. I learned a lot of shit, and it was a really good time. So, I learned a lot of college life hacks, and I wrote all them down. Today's episode is going to be some college life hacks, if you will. You don't have to necessarily be 19, right, to be starting college. So, yeah, I probably spent too much time in college, but it was totally worth it, and I'm glad that I did it. So, here are some of my college life hacks. Here are some of my tips for college life 101. Well, so the first tip and or thing to think about is when you live on campus. So a lot of younger and especially first or second year college students will live on campus. It's a lot easier because parking for one. God, parking. Just parking. God, don't even get me started. But anyway, so parking for one. For two, it's easier to get around, like you're learning a new campus, yada yada. Point is, a lot of first and second year college students will live on campus. What they don't tell you about this living on campus, especially if you're living in a dorm on campus, one thing to think about that I don't think people think about, somebody else is living right next to you. I'm talking you're maybe 5 feet from that person. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because if you want to bring somebody back to your room, if you want to have a little rendezvous, if you will, if you want to make out with if you want to get hot and heavy with somebody, it's something that you got to think about. There's literally going to be somebody right the fuck there, like 3, 4, 5 feet away from you, like snoring or trying to not listen to you. Fuck someone 5 feet away from them. So it's something to think about. It's something to think about if you're about to be a college student and you are going to live on campus and you do enjoy sex, then, I don't know. Maybe get a curtain. Maybe get a curtain. Try that. That's just something that people don't talk about, and it's not really mentioned. A lot of people are having sex in college, right? You're partying, you're having a good time, you're growing up, you're trying new things. It's all wonderful. It's all well and good. But nobody talks about how, like, when you want to bring somebody home and, try all these fun, new, exciting things, there's somebody laying 4 feet from you in the same fucking room. So, yeah, my suggestion is to maybe get a curtain or don't live in a dorm room. Get a curtain or don't live in a dorm room if you enjoy sex. Or maybe if you are what's the thing? What is it called when there's people that like enjoy when other people watch them have sex. What's that? Exhibitionist? Is that what that's called? Hold on, let me look this shit up. I think it's called exhibitionist. Do exhibitionists like having sex in front of people? When you are, okay, so exhibitionism is when you are aroused by the idea of others watching you undress or perform sexual acts. So, yeah, maybe you're an exhibitionist and you don't care if somebody watches you have sex with someone. more power to you, but maybe that person cares. I don't know. Point is, it's something to be aware of. It's something to think about. And it's not something that anybody's going to tell you about. I was never in a sorority, but just also be aware if you're going to be in a fraternity or sorority, there is no fucking privacy in those houses, y'all. There is no fucking privacy. People are all up in your fucking business, up in those bitches too. So basically, if you want privacy, don't live in a fraternity or sorority house and don't live in a dorm on campus. Point blank, period. You are welcome. Also, just know if you're going to live on campus, you will be walking everywhere because another thing that they don't tell you is that when you live on campus, which is fine, your parking pass only, whether it's a dorm or it's like another type of housing on campus, there's going to be designated parking for that wherever you're staying. And that's the only place you're allowed to park. So don't think you got like top tier parking just because you're living on campus. That is actually the opposite because you're going to be walking fucking everywhere, just so you know. Parking sucks ass. That's also another thing that it's just a fact. I don't know if it will ever not be a fact that parking on campus sucks ass. I guess I can't speak for every campus. But the school that I went to, parking is horrendous. It's fucking horrendous. And I hear that from a lot of people I know that have gone to other colleges as well. So, parking, shitty ass parking is a thing. Just know that you will be walking absolutely fucking everywhere. Get yourself a poncho. Get some comfortable shoes and get yourself a fucking poncho. And this brings me to my next tip of college life hacks. So, girls and gays and everyone in between, I know that we all love our cute shoes. Okay, I get it. But you could be walking to your classes could be a mile apart from each other on campus. On the same fucking campus, your classes could be a mile apart from each other. And you're going to be walking in them real cute shoes that whole mile there and that whole mile back and another mile to your next class and another mile to the class after that. Just just be aware, folks. I learned this shit the hard way. So I used to try to wear cute shoes to school back when I gave a shit. And yeah, one of the worst experiences about wearing like high heels. I'm sure a lot of us know this, but or have experienced this. And that is when it's either raining or it has been raining outside and like the grass and the dirt and the soil is like mushy. When you're wearing them real skinny heels, you're walking along, you're minding your business, you've got your cute heels on, and then, you walk through the grass for like 3.5 seconds, and the back part of your heel, the skinny part of your heel, just immediately sinks into the damp soil. Like, and then you gotta dig your way back out of the fucking quicksand. So, yeah, that's another thing. Wear comfortable shoes. Know that you're gonna be fucking walking everywhere. And just if you're gonna go and be bougie about it, that's fine. I mean, just know what you're getting yourself into. That's it. That's all. Next thing I want to say about this is it's gonna fucking rain sometimes. And you're not going to want to be halfway across campus when you still got another half mile to go and it starts piss pouring rain. And then your laptop gets soaking wet and all your, whatever your lunch, your books, your notebooks, all your shit gets soaking wet because you're carrying a cute bag that's completely useless. So just keep that in mind. Like, and y'all, I learned all this shit the hard way. That's why I know. Like, just take it from me. Yeah. Get you a bag or a backpack that is water resistant or just completely 100% waterproof. Get you something that is going to keep your belongings from getting soaking wet because again, your ass is going to be a walking. And when it starts raining, if you ain't got something to cover all that shit up and your bag gets soaking wet because it's piss pouring rain, like it's gonna suck. So all the shit in your bag is gonna also get wet if it is not repelling water in some way. A good idea would be to keep a poncho in your bag and then you can just put the poncho on like over you and your bag, I mean there's another idea. Keep an umbrella on you, keep a poncho on you, do something. Just be smart about it. Don't be me. Just don't be me. All right. God, parking. Just get there an hour early. If you don't live on campus and you are commuting or just driving, it doesn't matter. If you are driving to school and you do not live on campus or you are not walking to school, leave an hour early. I'm not kidding. Leave an hour early. Everything takes longer than you think it does because even if you get to campus 30 minutes before your class starts, the goddamn parking takes 30 minutes itself, just trying to find somewhere to park where you're allowed to park, where you're not going to get a fucking ticket, y'all. I've seen so many people park in the most random fucking places. I mean, people be getting desperate with that shit. And honestly, I get it. Like, it's fucking frustrating. Like, I've seen some funny ass shit on campus. And I've probably been one of those people. Funny. This is funny shit. So if you laugh, I don't blame you. My first few years on campus, when I was still, navigating all of this and just like getting the hang of it, like, if you will, getting the hang of it, if you will, I would get tickets all the time. I would get tickets constantly because it was just such, parking was such a pain in the ass. Like, it was so terrible. And, so it just got to a point where, like, I would just leave them on my windshield so that maybe they wouldn't give me another one. That, like, maybe they would think I had already gotten a ticket that day. Anyway, sorry. In hopes that maybe they would think that I had already gotten a ticket that day. And so I would just fucking leave them there and drive around campus with these tickets, like, sticking out of my damn windshield wipers, looking like a fool, looking like a straight up clown. But it is what it is. So just be aware of that. Get there an hour early. Don't pull a me. Okay. So I was shy as fuck. I don't really think it's shy anymore. I think I just don't want to fucking talk to people sometimes, and like that's it. But anyways, back in the day, I will just call me shy as fuck. That's what we'll say. I had a hard time like putting myself out there. So if that's you and you have a hard time like making friends or you just like have social anxiety about like going out in public places by yourself or like putting yourself out there, if that sounds like literal death to you, like having to go and like introduce yourself, if that sounds horrible, I have a hack for you. Okay, I have a hack for you, my friend. Get a job. Get a job. Get a fucking job. It is the easiest way to make friends, I'm telling you, because you already have something to bitch about together. You're already bonding over something, right? In my opinion, one of the most fun ways to bond with somebody is by mutually bitching about something that annoys you all or frustrates you or whatever, right? And so if you're working with somebody, you have things to bitch about together. It's an easy way to bond. It's an easy way. It's an easy hack to make friends. Just get a part. It doesn't even have to be a full-time job. Just get a fucking part-time job and you'll make friends. That's my hack for making friends for people with social anxiety. Just go get a job. So, my next tip involves when you are going out, like going out on the town, going out for drinks, going out for dancing, going out to the club, to the bar, going out, right? One of my biggest pieces of advice is don't eat before you go. Because here's why. You're not going to want to be all looking all hot at the bar or the club in your cute ass little skimpy ass outfit and then have the shits. I'm being 100 I'm being 100 with you right now. You're not going to want to be in a skimpy ass cute outfit where you feel all hot and whatnot and then you have to and you have the farts the whole time. Right? Like, or you have to shit. Like, it's awful. It's terrible. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't eat before. Eat earlier in the day and then don't eat dinner. Skip dinner. I'm telling you, this is a hack. It's going to help you in that if you're going out in that way. Save the eating for the end of the night when y'all are all going home. Okay. And then you can go to Taco Bell and then go to Taco Bell and get whatever the fuck you want, right? Save the Taco Bell for after the bar. Okay. The next thing I'm going to say about this, I don't even really know what the fuck to say because it's just a thing. It just kind of is what it is. But whiskey dick, it is a real thing. And it's annoying. It's annoying as fuck. So if you're going to go out and have a good time, and if you're going to go out and have a good time and you are having a romance with someone, at the end of the night at home. Whiskey dick, it's a real fucking thing, and it's annoying as hell. Oh my God. Anyways, so be aware. Beware of whiskey dick. Okay, let's talk about roommates, shall we? I have had my fair share of roommates, and honestly, it's fun. It can be fun. It can be fun. I think it takes a while to find someone that you can successfully cohabitate with. I will say that. Well, most of my roommates for the first few years, I didn't know. I did not know before we moved in together because I moved here from 3 hours away and I didn't really know people. Like I said, I had no friends here. Anyways, so for the first few years of having roommates for me, I did not know them before we moved in together. It was like where you fill out like this little paper or whatever that says your type of person, like if you like going out, do you like staying in, do you like it quiet, do you like it loud, are you social, are you an introvert, blah blah blah, all that. And then they pair you with roommates, I guess, based off of that. Who really knows if they even look at that shit? Sometimes I don't think they did because what in the hell? But anyways, so let me tell y'all a story about a roommate. This is shit that you don't think about before you move in. This is just shit that you don't think about before you move in with somebody. So let me just enlighten you all. My roommate had people over one night and I worked the next day. Shout out CB fam. But I worked the next day. I was a server. So I'm getting ready in the morning, about to leave for work, on time, all that good stuff. And the night before, my roommate she had people over the night before. And it wasn't like a crazy party or anything. Like it wasn't super loud. I think it was just like more of like a chill vibe, like a few people and some music and just like some chilling on the couch, maybe some drinking, a little bit of smoking. It wasn't anything crazy, but she had some people over and I didn't think anything of it. I was in my room. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was not doing shit because I had to work the next day, probably. I was not out there with them. I did not see these people. I did not see who they were. I did not have any conversations with them. I did not get to know any of them. I didn't know what the fuck was going on out there. It wasn't my business. I didn't give a shit because I was just letting my roommate do her thing. Like, you go, girl, right? Like, you do you. I'm gonna do me. That's wonderful. Let's coexist. So the next morning, while I'm getting ready, another roommate, so a different roommate. So I had three roommates. There were four of us, four bedrooms. We each had our own bathroom connected to our bedroom. And you had to go through the bedroom to get to that person's bathroom. So there was two bedrooms on one side and then two bedrooms on the other side. And then the living room and the kitchen and the dining room in the middle that like split the apartment basically. The next morning, when I'm getting ready, a different roommate, the one on my side, comes and knocks on my door. I've got my uniform on. I'm like getting ready and whatnot, putting my makeup on, doing my hair, doing my thing. I heard this knock on my door. I open the door. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" She is pissed as fuck. Like at first, it seemed like it was at me, like it was directed at me, like she was mad. And I didn't know what the fuck she was talking. I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I hadn't done jack shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one that had people over. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was like, "Did you shit in my toilet and not flush it?" And I was like, I have my own toilet, so no. I did not do that because I have my own toilet. I have my own bathroom, so no, I did not do that. She was like, "Did you have a friend that shit in my toilet and not flush it?" And I was like, again, no, I'm here by myself. I didn't have anyone over last night. And also, if somebody was going to shit in a toilet that I had over, I would allow them to shit in my toilet. So no, again, no. I myself and no one that I had over has shit in your toilet and not flushed it. So I guess what happened was this girl was gone that night. She like didn't come home. I don't know where the fuck she was at, but she was gone for the night. Who knows? Staying at a friend's house or whatever. Point is, she wasn't there that night. So we're talking about the roommate on my side. So I think that's why she immediately came to me, I guess, because we're on the same side of the apartment. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why the fuck she immediately thought that I was the one that took the shit and didn't and just left it there for her to. But yeah, apparently someone had taken a huge ass dump in her toilet and left it there for her to find when she got home that morning. And she immediately thought that it was me. And I was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I have my own toilet. I will shit in my own. I will shit in my own toilet if I need to shit. And if I had company over, I would allow them to also shit in my toilet and they would flush that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fucking barbarian. I don't do that. Like, ew. But yeah. So, so she was like, I mean, she was all kinds of pissed. Did you shit in my toilet and not flush it? And when I'm like, no. Did you have somebody over that shit in my toilet and not flush it? Again, no. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess the roommate that had people over the night before, maybe someone who the fuck knows. People do who the fuck knows. People do dumbass shit when they're drunk or they're partying or they're fucked up or whatever. People do stupid shit sober, you know? I mean, people just do stupid shit. And so I don't know why it wasn't flushed. That one I don't get. I get taking a shit at a party. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Fine. But I do not understand the whole not flushing it. But she was really feeling like this was personal, y'all. She was like, I mean, she was on one. She was on one. She felt like somebody purposely went to her toilet, took a shit, and went out of their way to leave that there for her to for her to find. Like, I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess it's possible. I don't think she had beef with the other roommates, so I don't think they would have done that. Like, I think we were all cool at this point. So I don't know why they would have done that. My guess is it was some dumbass who had to go, and then I don't know why somebody had to go and didn't flush it. I don't know. Personally, I don't think somebody had it out for her. I think maybe it was just some dumbass kid who probably didn't give a shit. Anyway, so back to the story. Sorry. I was like explaining to her, no, no, I didn't shit in your toilet, and I did not have anyone over who shit in your toilet and left it there. No, that did not happen. Not for me. Not on my end. I can't speak for anyone else. All I know is there were people over here last night because I heard them. But I didn't talk to any of them. I don't know any of them. I wasn't out here. I wasn't hanging out with them. So no, I do not know who left a big ass shit in your toilet for you to find. I'm sorry. Like, anyways, so she was like drilling me. And I was like, I mean, I felt like this was like 20 questions. Like, I've got my fucking work uniform on. Like, at this point, we've been talking for about 15 minutes, and I'm just kind of like trying to be nice because I can tell that she's upset, you know, and I'm trying to like humor her. And because I would be like annoyed as fuck too. That's disgusting. You come home in the morning and somebody just took a shit in your toilet and left it there. Like, how rude. Ooh. So I was trying to like humor her and listen to her like vent and try to get to the bottom of this with her. But at this point, like, we were 15 minutes into this conversation, and like I still had to get finished getting ready for work. I had to be at work at this point in like 30 minutes. I got to finish getting ready. I'm just kind of like, can we wrap this up? But I also trying to be sensitive at the same time. So after she realized that I was like, had no idea what the fuck was going on or what had happened, and that, that it was not me. It was in fact not me. Anyways, after she realized that, she calmed down, and yeah, and that was pretty much the end of that. I was like, "No, girl, I'm sorry. I don't know how the fuck that happened. It wasn't me." You know. She calmed down, and I finished getting ready for work, and life goes on. But that's just something you don't really think about. Was funny as fuck, personally. Like, looking back, it's fucking hilarious to think about. Like, I mean, it's disgusting, but it's also hilarious at how stupid people are sometimes. Just the dumb shit that people do. So just be aware of that. If you've never had roommates before, just keep that in mind if you're gonna have roommates. Okay. And the last thing I'm gonna suggest is throwing parties. If you're gonna throw parties, if you're gonna throw college parties, my biggest hack for this is learn how to make Jello shots. It's the easiest fucking thing. It's always surprised me at how complicated people think that Jello shots are. It is literally the simplest fucking thing, and I'll just go ahead and give you the recipe. It's so fucking easy. It's literally so with Jello, it's half cold water, half hot water, and then you mix it and then you let it freeze, and that's fucking it. So all you're gonna do instead of that half cold water, you're gonna do half cold vodka or half cold gin or half cold whatever clear liquor you want, and then the other half hot water, and then mix the half cold liquor with the half hot water. Get the measurements right, but it's not hard. So yeah, learn how to make Jello shots. Make Jello. Get you some of them. They have at Walmart and other places those little disposable plastic looking shot glasses, but they're like the plastic ramekins with the lids. I don't know what else to call them. The only word I know for it is ramekin, but they're like these little plastic looking shot glass things with lids, like almost like the to-go cups that restaurants put their sauces in with a lid, like those things, okay? Yeah, and they have them at Walmart or like any grocery store, okay? And you can get like a whole ass pack of them. Get you some of those, and then so you make your mixture, your Jello mixture, mix it up in a big ass pitcher, and then you're gonna set out a tray. Then you're gonna set out a tray of your little plastic ramekins without the lids, and you're gonna pour a shot's worth of the mixture, the Jello liquor mixture into each little to go ramekin. And then you're gonna pop lids on all them bitches and stick it in the fridge overnight or for 4 hours. And then you have Jello shots. And that's the end of that. And it's the easiest fucking thing. It's so fun. If you're gonna throw a party, it's just an easy, fun thing to do if you're gonna throw a party. Everybody loves Jello shots. It's a good time. It gets everybody hype. It's just like a fun, easy thing to do. If you're gonna have a if you're gonna throw a party. So I think that's it for my college life hacks. I don't really know if those were hacks or tips or just shit to be aware of, but hopefully there's something helpful in there. We're gonna move on. The next topic on today's agenda of inappropriate podcast. Sorry, y'all. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, so we're definitely gonna get some good quality content out of this one today. So the next topic is the Olympics, the 2024 Olympics. The Paris Olympics has officially set the record for the most marriage proposals ever at an Olympics. One of China's badminton players, we're gonna call her HY because I cannot pronounce her name and I don't want to try because I don't want to be disrespectful and so on and so forth. So we are going to call the girl China's badminton star player here. She won a gold medal. We are going to call her HY, okay? China's HY was proposed to right after she won the country's first badminton gold medal. So, one of her teammates, I guess her boyfriend is one of her teammates, and so he proposes to her immediately after she receives this gold medal. Her boyfriend, her teammate that proposed, we're going to call him LY. So, she is HY. He, the boy, the man in the situation, is LY. Her boyfriend, the one that proposed, is LY. Okay. So LY, it says he walked out with a wedding ring and proposed right after the medal ceremony at the badminton arena in Paris, right after the medal ceremony on Friday, August 2nd. La Chapelle Arena, which hosts badminton matches at the games, was packed to the rafters when LY got down on his knees and proposed marriage to HY, who had just won China's first gold medal in badminton. The guy, LY, is catching some flack on news media for proposing to her at the Olympics because it seems like an inappropriate time. It just kind of seems like he is taking the spotlight off of her, right? And I wanted to talk about this because I got some shit to say about it. For the sake of argument, we're going to assume here on the podcast, here on this episode, here on this podcast episode, that HY did not know that he was going to propose. Okay. So we're going to assume that they had not been planning this, that she had no idea for the sake of this argument. All right. Some social media users criticized LY for overshadowing the Olympic win with his proposal. We're going to talk about this because I agree, and I'm going to tell you all why. Again, we're assuming But HY, the girl, did not know that they had not planned this, that she had no idea that he was going to do this. She didn't know. For me, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. Now, first, I know what you're thinking. Brooke, you of all people are going to tell us, are going to lecture us on what a red flag looks like. Yes, I know. Okay, thank you. I know. All right. But hear me out. The first issue with this is, what if she wanted to say no? How would she say no? How is she going to say no? Is she going to say no in front of everyone at the Olympics and then that end up on all over the news? She can't say no. How the hell is she going to say no? Nobody's going to say no at the getting proposed to at the Olympics. You're putting her in a corner, bruh. You're putting her in a corner. If she were to say no, then that shit would end up all over the news. And instead, it would be like, girlfriend humiliates boyfriend by turning down his marriage proposal after winning gold medal at the Olympics. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that shit. So you're putting her in a corner. Obviously, she can't say no because she's not going to say no in front of everyone at the Olympics. It's giving controlling. It's giving needs control. Personally, personal opinion, it's giving controlling. So, like, she worked her whole life for this, right? The attention, the praise, etc. is on her and all of her hard work and talent, and her excellence. All the attention, she's getting all this attention. And he, as soon as she gets that attention, immediately takes it away by refocusing the attention on her becoming his wife. So instead of her having this moment, he proposes, which takes that praise and that recognition away from her and the things she's excelling at and puts it onto her becoming someone's wife. Instead of allowing her to have this moment that she has very much earned, you want to remind her that she belongs to you. Instead of letting her bask, instead of letting her enjoy and just revel in this moment that she's worked so hard for, right? And she should be able to enjoy this moment because can you imagine the confidence boost like winning a medal at the Olympic? Can you imagine the ego boost? Can you imagine the endorphin rush? Can you imagine how good you would feel about yourself winning a medal at the Olympics? I mean, a huge deal. You should feel so good about yourself, right? But he immediately, instead of letting her feel that, takes that attention away and puts it onto her becoming a wife. I mean, it's giving needed to control the situation. It's giving needed to control her, needed to control the situation. It's giving you had to control the situation so that you could keep her from feeling good about herself at her biggest moment. The moment she should feel amazing, the moment that she should feel talented, the moment that she should feel smart and wonderful and all these other great things. You did not want that to last too long, so you proposed immediately after she wins the gold medal. By taking the attention away from her accomplishment, he's reminding her, you're mine, while simultaneously not letting her enjoy this moment that would and should give her a major confidence boost because he doesn't want her to have that. Because he does not want her to have that. He wants to control the moment, and by doing so, he wants to control her. That's what it's giving to me. That's the red flag I'm getting. And you know what's so interesting? This is fucking hilarious, guys. You would think that as good as I am at picking out red flags, in other people's relationships, that I would be better at it in my own. Listen, I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. I know. I'm working on it. But anyways, he does not want her to feel good about herself, so he takes away a moment when she would and should feel good about herself. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Seems like a major red flag to me. Again, who knows? I don't know the context of this situation. Like, maybe they planned it. Maybe she knew ahead of time. We don't know. But for the sake of debate, that's my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you so much for listening to Inappropriate Podcast with me, your host, Brooke. I love you guys so much for supporting me, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.